Oh, listen, I just had 4 Thanksgivings. We've had 2 days off. We're going to look like this. Welcome to Tattoo Tabletop. My name is James, and today we are talking about Warhammer Quest Darkwater. Today is Sunday, the Sunday after the pre-order for Warhammer Quest Darkwater, and I just want to talk about it because I think it's one of the very interesting times where I looked at it. I watched the review for it. There's a live stream somewhere in my channel on it. Wasn't much. There's going to be a lot of skipping around because they had a lot of technical issues. So that was pretty rough. But I just wanted to react to it and give you my thoughts and feedback in the event that you don't want to have to watch that massive, almost 2 hour long thing because it should not have taken that long. Basically, Warhammer Quest Darkwater. It's not for me. It really isn't. So, but let me talk about. Let me expound as to why it's not for me. Number one, it is a strong Nurgle focus. I don't want to say I'm a Nurgle hater, but I don't really like Nurgle. Of the four Chaos Gods, Nurgle is probably the least appealing, and then probably Slanesh. Otherwise, then Zeech is there. Otherwise, I'm a corn boy through and through. We grew up in the Midwest, corn. For me, that was already a detractor in that direction, but there's another major reason why I'm not terribly interested in it. The models don't look that great to me. If I'm being honest, that's just me. That's just my own personal opinion. I think some of the Nurgle models are nice redesigns or reapproaches to things, and I think it does offer more options for it, and that's good, right? Like that army probably should get some love. It did get some love in that box. However, the thing that I found the most interesting is the fact that the Darkwater box has the better version of Pestigors, and this also might be another reason we'll get into it in a second. But it currently has the better version of the Pestigors, where they actually look like gores. They actually look like something from the Beastmen / Beasts of Chaos, as opposed to what's coming out in the wider codex release later, where they're just kind of weird skin things. I don't know. It doesn't look great versus the actual ones. I will say the one model that does stand out to me as super, super awesome is in fact the Pestigore Shaman. I think he looks dope. I'll insert a little picture and I'll have to remind myself to insert a little picture of him right here. So that's already one bit where it doesn't really appeal to me. Not a huge Nurgle fan. Totally fine. Can obviously live with that, and be it as it may. Number two, I don't know about the heroes. Usually the hero models are the draw, right? Like they're the thing. You have the characters that you are going to play in this game, in this miniature board game, and you're probably going to take them and put them in other armies potentially as well. That's what they did with Curse City, which is awesome. I'm 100% on board for that. And I will say, Curse City just hit really hard because just the black and white and red like artwork, the vampiric story around it. Long story short, the models in Curse City, I think, were just 10 out of 10. They were sick. Not only that, but your hero character is really cool, really engaging. You had like a Karajan Overlord character. You had, the Pistolier and like Saber, nobleman kind of deal. You had like the conventional knight model. They were all, and then of course you had Radikar, you had friggin' Torgillis, you had Watch Captain Halgrim, you had a lot of really cool design models in there. In this Dark Water box, I don't think that's what you're looking at. A lot of the hero characters look kind of just meh. Like I think the bigger aspect of it was having a Kurnathi in there, and that was like, ooh, the weird, Bretonian knight kind of dude, just we're getting a lot more of those in Cities of Sigmar. I feel like we're probably going to see more show up later. Maybe this is just a hint of things to come. I did like the little dwarf, mountaineer looking dude. He looked kind of sick. Not enough for me to buy an entire Darkwater box. That's for damn sure. Just overall, for me, the miniatures just kind of were kind of meh. It was a big old meh pile. Not only that, but just covering into the second bit of this, I don't really think the setting is super interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's just, again, just me. This idea of the cursed city being set in the city of Ulfenkarn, the city that is slowly sinking into the Shaish Nadir. And Radikar is slowly like trying to accelerate the process almost in some way. There's a deeper, it feels like there's a really cool, deeper narrative. I know right now we are in the realm of Gyron for Age of Sigmar as a whole, so it's meant to go that way. Nurgle is a natural opposition to it, but I don't care. I don't know. It's maybe, again, maybe it's just the subject matter, and maybe it's just personal preference. I do know people who are very excited for it, and I am excited for you to be excited for it. Festus looks really neat. He is absolutely golden demon bait, and I have no doubt that he will appear multiple times in future golden demons. So that will for sure happen. As a whole, I feel like the models in the box, the story that's being told, it really doesn't appeal for me. I think that Curse City really just kind of checked all the boxes. The big kerfuffle with Curse City being that it was so appealing that they sold out very quickly. They didn't have access to it for a very long time, and then they did a made to order thing. I was fortunate; I was able to secure one. I really just loved all the models on them. I really did. I started using them all right away. I loved the design of Radikar. I did get the spoiler because I didn't play the game fast enough to get Radikar the Beast. So when the trailer came out for Radikar the Beast, I was like, "Huh." So I guess you don't kill him in the game. Okay, it was cool. I still really loved that release. I still think it was really fun. I still can't wait to go back through and paint a lot of those models. Yes, I still haven't painted those models. Don't be stupid. You know that you're in the same boat as me. You know that you've got a large pile of boxes over somewhere that aren't built. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll get to it eventually. For me, Darkwater just really isn't hitting any of that. Which makes me sad because it is a cool concept. I like this idea of Warhammer approaching a board game approach because that's going to open up the doors for a lot more people to potentially try Warhammer games in the future. Maybe Age of Sigmar or 40K or all of this is a little too daunting for them. And this is a nice way to introduce them to it lightly. There's still plenty of miniatures in the box, there's still plenty of things to it, still gives you the fluff, the lore, all that jazz, kind of eases them into it. But at least for me, Darkwater's not doing it. I do hope it does well. I would love to see more Warhammer Quest in the future. That would be awesome. It would be interesting to see how they approach it in the future. Honestly, I would love to see them do a collaboration of sorts with Cubicle 7 and find ways to introduce miniature kits with the RPGs. So, with in this case, with Soulbound, we have a Horus Heresy RPG that's coming up in the future that I personally am very excited about. I actually plan on painting up a lot of my Horus Heresy stuff and maybe doing a little campaign with some friends who aren't familiar with the setting because I thought that that might be fun. But it'd be cool if they found a way to do that because I think that'd be a fun way to also gateway people into it. But we've already kind of ranted on long enough. Again, for me, Darkwater is just kind of a miss. I'm not terribly excited for it. I didn't throw in a pre-order, and I really don't think I'm going to come back around to it later. It's not going to be like a Hellsmiths of a Shoot thing where I looked at them, I was like, ah, cool, Chaos Dwarves, meh. And then I read the lore, and I was like, oh, I really like them. That's going to be a problem later. So let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Do you like the Warhammer Quest thing? Do you like Dark? Are you excited for Darkwater? Let me know down in the comments down below. And of course, feel free to like, share, subscribe. All three of these things massively help me out. We are slowly working our way up, and I appreciate every single one of you who take the time to do that. And for sticking with me here, because I've been doing this now for just over 2 years, I think. I honestly don't know. Time is an illusion. But from me here and from my ghost here, do us all a favor and go paint something.